Right. Good morning, everybody. Get this going. Merry Christmas Eve. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. So it's Christmas Eve. Welcome for the those of you out there who may celebrate this. I really appreciate you coming by and saying hi and hanging out with me this morning. If you're with your friends or family and you're watching later on video on demand, thank you for coming by and saying hello. Make sure to give this video a like and hit a bell, do a thing for whatever next time we're live and you get to see it. So that said, I just want to make sure that we're actually good to go here. All right, cool. I've got the chat up for the build with instructions screen. So hopefully we'll get some chat views in here so everybody can see what's going on. If you're not watching on a computer or on your phone, you can see the chat. So welcome. Tomorrow is Christmas. I know a lot of people are with friends and family, but if you're here now, I appreciate you coming by and spending some time here. Today's build is, of course, the Ghost with Phantom 2. This is the set from Ahsoka. So this is the Ghost from Ahsoka because we've got a slightly older, you can't really tell in Lego figs, Hera, but we also got a Jason Syndulla, so that's important. And then we've got these two other characters, like a pilot or something, and then New Republic officer. So this is from the Ahsoka show. I think it's smaller than the original Ghost, but I never got the original Ghost, so we'll have to see when we pop it open. It's 13 bags, so we're not going to get done this time, but we may get done in 2 or 3 streams. We'll have to see how it goes. So we'll pop that open here in a second. But first, I also wanted to show you what the final day of the advent calendar was, and it is a Ewok with a ugly sweater headpiece. There you go. And he goes on this thing, which I didn't know was a glider. I thought was a hill or something. I didn't realize it was a hand glider. So you put his little hands on the thing. This is the only way you can really get it to do it is if he's holding on to it like this. So there you go. It's an Ewok on a glider. So that was your last advent calendar for the 24th. If you've been watching on the shorts, on YouTube shorts, or on TikTok or Instagram stories, thank you for following along. Also, I want to brag a bit about my kids. So every year I collect nutcrackers. And this year, so it's been going on since the kids were babies. It started with their mom giving me a couple, and then they kind of took over when they got older. But I've got one for every year for the past like 22 years. So this one, it says it's from just Greg, but I think it's from both of them. I think they both worked on this. It is a Austin FC me. So this is the Los Verdes Ben. And it's also specifically the cut crew. It's wearing a little vest. So I can, if I wanted to, I could put little patches on this, just like my vest here, my cut crew vest back here. It's got the salt and pepper beard on the nutcracker. It's got some face paint and some head paint on the back. Verde hasta la muerta. That's what that means. I'm surprised they didn't do the Verde. What was it? Verde la hasta muerta. I think at some point they got the lettering wrong, but it's got the jersey bits on it. It's very exciting, and they even got my like really loud shoes down there, and then a little soccer ball. I think Greg 3D printed that soccer ball, so that's very cool. I'm very happy. Little flag, little jersey, headbands, wristbands. This is super neat. So that's the My Kids Are Better Than Your Kids Speech. Good morning, Greg. Merry Christmas Eve to you. I hope you're having a good time wherever you are, with family or friends, or even by yourself doing some Lego stuff. We're going to get going on the ghost here. So again, this is set number 75357, and it is... Oh, these knives. Like, I keep getting these knives that, like... I only really use knives to, like, break down boxes and open Lego boxes, but I just can't... This thing is like... This thing sticks all the time, and I can't get the blade back into it. So, do some due diligence and get a really good knife. You built the Walt Disney Star Wars camera. Nice. I heard that was a pretty good set. All right, so we're going to dump all these. Reminder that the link, previous video with me and Johnny and Vab for the donation to the Trevor Project, excuse me, that link for the Trevor Project donation is still up. Previous video should have all the information in it. It's good till tonight. If you still want to donate to that, please do. We won't get you in the running for any set giveaways, but it's still, you know, if you need a last minute tax donation or something like that, make sure to head on over and do that. Very much appreciate it. We raised $200 in that stream, so I'm very happy about that. Thank you to everybody who contributed. How was the Disney camera? I heard it was a fun build. All right, so there are 13 bags of this. We will not get through all 13 today. We may get through 13 over the course of the next couple days. And I will say, I won't do anything tomorrow, but it's very likely that Tuesday I'll do another stream during the middle of the day, maybe at 10 o'clock. What number bag is this? 3, 2, and 7, 1, 6. In somewhat order here. All right. Bag 1. Feliz Natal to you as well, Mariana's Bricks. Walter, Mariana, thanks for being here. Merry Christmas to you. What are your plans tomorrow, tonight, tomorrow? It's getting on to be evening for you guys there. You got Christmas Eve plans, dinner with the family. So, in Portugal, do you guys open gifts Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? Clever Pig. I have this one on backlog. I can't wait to get it started. Welcome to the stream, Clever Pig. Thanks for being here. I need to work on the chat window, I think, a little bit. I think I could make that a little wider so it... Let me see if I can muck with that a little bit. Nope. Width, let's do 1,000. That looks a little better. Yeah. Trying new things with the chat window. Seemed to work last time pretty well, so... preparing dinner room for the family. Nice. Presents opening is after dinner. Cool. So what do you do? Is Christmas Day a church thing? Do you go to a mass? I know when I was being raised Catholic, we would do midnight mass on Christmas Eve. So we'd go over to my grandparents' house for like a Christmas Eve dinner, and that's when we saw our extended family, aunts and uncles and grandma and grandpa and stuff like that. And then we'd go to midnight mass. And then Christmas morning is when we do presents with just me and my brother and my mom and dad. So there's your first character. This is, what's his name? Lieutenant Beta. This is Lieutenant Beyta, Lieutenant Beta. Moncal. I don't remember him in it. I think he had a hat. I think he had a New Republic like officer hat or something on it. It's not focusing, but there you go. So we'll put him down here. We did open some presents Christmas Eve. Sometimes we would we'd be allowed one present Christmas Eve. Cockpit in the new trans black color there. But it's been a while since I've been to church or done a midnight mass anywhere. Yeah. Looking for the door for this guy. So I had the ladies and the kids come over yesterday. Beth and I welcomed them over, and we haven't done Yule here. We do Yule on usually the 21st, 22nd, something like that. Depends on when people can get off work and when the date falls. Usually it's the 21st of the month, or the 21st evening. So the next morning we do stuff, and we exchange presents. Because then they go to El Paso to see their other moms, stepmoms, mom, second mom, whatever. Her family lives in El Paso, so they go out there and hang out with them. And sometimes then Beth and I will go to see her parents in Kentucky or my parents in Colorado. This year we're not doing that. We went and saw my family recently, and her parents were just out for Thanksgiving, and she doesn't have any time off, so there's not much we can do. My house is both family tonight and tomorrow lunchtime. Nice. Mariana wouldn't hold till tomorrow for present opening. Yeah, I remember being that age. Possibility of Transformers and Lego and G.I. Joe and that kind of stuff. And Star Wars being in bags and boxes less than 2 feet away. You can't. I mean, we had to be real good that night. Couldn't go to bed fast enough. Couldn't fall asleep fast enough. Nothing like really trying to fall asleep, knowing that the next day is going to be Christmas, you know. And there were quite a few, like, I don't know if you guys have seen Krampus, but the ideal Christmas that Max always thinks about, where everybody's kind of awake in the morning and it's snowing outside and everyone's in their PJs and having coffee and eggnog and cider or something like that, and they're opening presents and there's music and everybody's happy. That literally happened to me when I was a kid. Like those kind of days with the snow and everybody's kind of there and it was great, literally happened, you know. So I get the allure of having that as a memory. There was one Christmas in '82 where it was about 75 or so degrees in Colorado, and I'm skipping this. And then that night, a blizzard came in and snowed in the entire city. And over the course of the night, we had like 6-foot snow drifts up over the fence and like just 2-3 feet of snow. And it snowed in my whole family. They were there for Christmas Eve, and then ended up having to stay because they were snowed in. So it was pretty bad. Parents live 5 kilometers away from my house. Her parents are 5 kilometers from my house, so it's easy to get everyone together. That's nice. That's really close, actually. Like, I don't even have friends that close. Our closest friends are probably about 2-3 kilometers. And then we've got some friends we don't see who are a little closer. But yeah, that's really good. That's nice having family that close. My family, I mean, I don't even know what the kilometers would be. 2,000 kilometers, 1,600 miles away. My family up in Colorado. So I don't see them a whole lot. But it's the way it goes, man. I expect lots of phone calls tomorrow from my brother and my mom and my dad. And they're all going to call at the same time, which usually happens. Or maybe I'll call them this time so I can The problem is they're an hour behind time wise, so I don't know when they're going to be up. So I usually let them come in and make the call so I don't wake them up because I get up at super early. So, what else? Let's see. Christmas, New Year's. For those who celebrated Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach. I don't know how you say it. My Hebrew is a bit rusty. Yeah. If you celebrate Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. If you don't celebrate anything, happy Sunday. I hope you have a good Sunday and you're productive today. So I got the ghost as part of the AFAL day recently. I got it about 80. I got it for about $80. Okay, that both of those just came off. That's good to know while you're building that step that can just be pinched right off. So I had points, and I had the discount for AFAL day, so I got this for about $80. Which is kind of a bummer because you don't get the full amount of points for the purchase. But still pretty cool. Didn't have to pay full price. I'm still getting ads or price alerts for the Justifier. Speaking of overpriced, God, so that happens quite a bit. So while you're building this step, it like when you're holding it, these things pinch right off. So be careful of that. Doesn't seem to want to really stay on there very well. Yeah, so still getting ads for the Justifier, but it's still like I wouldn't pay that much for it. I don't remember how much. I think I ended up paying pretty much full price for it, and I feel terrible about it. But what are you gonna do? So once Christmas Eve is done and Christmas is done, do you guys have any time off? I know some people are students, some people work. What are your plans? Am I missing? First bag, let me make sure. Okay, cool. Got these guys. I hate having to knoll to find a part because I generally don't knoll for anything. And usually these come in pairs. The parts come in pairs. So it's a little weird if you find one and not the other. Yeah, just gone. I'm supposed to get two of these. No. Oh, okay. Well, follow the instructions, Rollman. Not supposed to get two of those. You're only supposed to get one. I just assumed. Look at me making assumptions, I will say. Next week, family holidays, but just chilling in the area, nothing special. It must be nice. So you get some time off, hang out with your family. That's pretty smooth, pretty slick. Beth and I both have tomorrow off, and in good Jewish custom, we're gonna go. We were gonna go get Chinese food and go see a movie. We're still gonna see a movie, but we're gonna go with a friend who's in the area. He lives here. He just is usually kind of far south, but he's house sitting for somebody, one of our other friends, pretty close by. So we're gonna go to a Brazilian steakhouse. This is a really weird. I don't know what is going on here, but it's got two internal facing um, brackets there. I'm not really sure what's happening here, so we'll have to see how this plays out. It's a very unique build technique. So yeah, we're gonna go do. We're gonna go see Pretty Things, or little things, Pretty Little Things, Little Things. I forget what the name of the movie is. With Mark Ruffalo and Emma Stone, and then we're gonna go to a Brazilian steakhouse. So it should be fun. I like this person. He is one of our good friends, and it'll be fun to hang out with him. And then come home and do nothing. Well, I mean, by then it'll be 9 or 10 o'clock. We are pet sitting, or we're watching some animals for our friends. The ladies and the kids are going out of town, so we're watching their dog. And then our other friends, our real close friends, are going to Dallas to see their family. So we're going to go check on their cats today, actually. And then, yeah, just chilling. Watching some terrible, terrible movies. And Beth feels that we can catch up on The Crown because she wants to watch the current season with Diana. And I'm like, okay, well, the current season is the 6th season. So we have to get through 5 seasons. Do you think you can do that? Because I really want to be able to watch it, and I haven't watched it yet. So we're going to see, but we get through like one a day. Zisoo, how are you? Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas Eve to you if you celebrate. I appreciate you coming by today. I know a lot of people are with friends and family, so it gets me right here that you're here with me, hanging out. Hope you got some coffee or some nog. And thanks for being here. I was saying something. Oh yeah, so watching The Crown. Oh, so this is a good way to line up. Just so you know, you get these speed champion parts, right? It's a good way to turn a snot bracket into a matching snot brick right there. So you can put those two together. That's really cool. That's good to know. Good technique. There's some little bitty techniques in here so far, and we're barely through this set that are pretty good. So how are you doing, Zisoo? What are you up to today and tomorrow? Got family? Got friends? Got anything cool going on for the holidays? Oh, now, do I want to put stickers on this one? I don't think so. Let's crack open the sticker sheet and see what it looks like. If it's an egregious amount, maybe I'll do it. Because this is a pretty big set. Oh, wow. That's a substantial amount of stickers. Not really sure if I want to do this or not. You know what? This might be a display set for a while. Let's do some stickers this time. I know it kind of goes against my general MO, but it's Christmas. Let's fire up some stickers. 19. Are there 2 sticker sheets? 14. Oh my word, I think there are 2 sticker sheets. Wow. Okay, so this is a lot. I think the reason to do the sticker sheets is like the Phoenix Squadron symbol right there. Son has flu, so Christmas festive. Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. I hope he feels better, man. That's awful. I have not watched Succession. I heard it's really good. I'm currently. Ooh, these are translucent stickers too. On white tile. So this, first of all, should be really awesome for placement. Hopefully they come off okay later. No, I haven't watched it. I hear it's awesome and I need to watch it. So maybe I'll give it a shot this weekend. I spent yesterday watching the Netflix Zack Snyder movie Rebel Moon, and don't just don't. I was really excited because it's what's up, Johnny? Merry Christmas Eve to you, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, it's terrible. It's all right. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not good. Um, I First of all, it's like 2.5 hours, which in and of itself isn't bad. But I did find myself checking my watch a lot or checking my phone a lot during the movie because there's a lot of long scenes of like don't care what's happening right now, and a lot of slow mo because it's Zack Snyder. But yeah, it's I didn't I stopped with like 20 minutes left, 15 minutes left because it felt like the movie was over, and I'm like I'm not sitting through 15 minutes of denouement. Thank you very much. Don't, I didn't care enough about the characters to see what happens at the end of the movie. So so it's not that it's terrible. It's just so not very good, right? It tries really really hard, and I think that's its failing. Is it just tries entirely too hard. Um, there's once this should be uh, emblematic of the entire movie. Oh, this is the Ghost. We're building the Phantom 2. That's what we're building first. Um, that's why everything's so like small and stuff. There was a scene where oh cool, and we've got some of these in orange. These cool arch slopes, but not very very good. So terrible would be like I'm trying to think of a movie that's just terrible. Um, it's slightly better than Attack of the Clones. Let's just say that. To me, one of the worst movies in the past 30 years. Um, the writing is just not. The performances are fine, right? Everybody who's in it does a pretty good job with what they're given, but the dialogue is not good. The action scenes are. It's imaginative, right? There's some imaginative things, but it feels like. Do I prefer Attack of the Clones over Phantom Menace? No, no. Attack of the Clones is terrible. Phantom Menace is slightly less terrible. I think Phantom Menace just builds so much that I really appreciate it for what it did to restart the universe. But Attack of the Clones is just anyway. This movie felt like it was trying to be a ton of things at once and was never really good at establishing anything. Like it spent 10 minutes introducing a character, and then that character had nothing to do after that at all. And it was a ton of tell don't show. Lot of exposition, a lot of people talking about stuff. And I get it, it's kind of a new world that you're creating, but man, introduce a new character, have them talk for 10 minutes about something, and then they don't. It's like it's like the Magnificent Seven. This person's building a team, and the only reason to bring these other people in the team is to talk about the universe they live in. And it's like, but what about you, like specifically, Yeah, it is trying to do a lot and not really succeeding. At one point, there was a John Carpenter on Mars character who was very Tarzan-y and very dark skin, coppery, very very the Spartan exercise group, abs going on, and he basically tames a hippogriff, a flying lion thing with a beak, um, and there was a scene where he was okay. where the hippogriff's trying to knock him off, and so the thing runs into a like a cliff face, which kind of knocks him off onto a ledge, and he rolls and starts running, and the hippogriff starts flying, and he flies past where the guy's running, and he jumps, and it's already in slow motion, but then they like zoom in, and it's even slower motion, and I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, he tamed it with the smolder. He just went, and the thing swooned, and now anybody can ride it. But then he tames it. Well, he tames it. He rides it, and then the guy who's like was holding him because he owed him money, and so he's trying to pay off his debt. He's like, if you can tame that bird, I'll let you go. And so if you can ride it, I'll let you go. And so he did, and then he leaves, and he looks back, and everybody else tries to ride it, and the bird like kills the one dude. I'm like, okay, well you could have just left, right? We didn't need to see, because the bird doesn't follow him too. It's like that whole point. It was dumb. Dumb. And the one person I liked was like the leader of the village that starts kind of at the beginning, and he dies like instantly. I'm like, well, that's dumb. All right, so this is 2 stickers. We got 15 and 17. So we'll do 15 on one side and 17 on the other. Oh. Yeah, okay. So this is, because this specifically is how they're oriented. Got it. It was interesting to see the 2 Dahariuses from Game of Thrones. The one that they cast when early, like the blonde-haired dude who had a severe chin, and then they cast the Smolder Eyes guy after that. They were both in this, so that was pretty cool. But it didn't save the movie. And both of them were like really good, but again, it was the dialogue they had to deal with, and it was like this weird wash of color the whole time. Everything was like a blue and orange, like the whole time. Getting to the post office has been insane, so you'll have a package on the way after the new year. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have to get... Thank you very much, Johnny. I have to get this thing out for Bubba Bricks as well. Is that your Christmas gift are you building? Swedish Oak, welcome to the stream. Thank you. No, this is, well, I mean, I guess a Christmas gift to myself. This was an AFall Day purchase. So kind of a Christmas gift to myself because my family knows better than to get, I say knows better. My family doesn't buy me Lego anymore because I'm kind of into it a lot. They don't know what I already have. And so I think it's a little intimidating. Beth's parents got me a gift card to the Lego store. So that's kind of where this is. Oh, this is a very small sticker that we're putting on here. 20. I don't even know how that's oriented. Don't even know that this sticker is necessary, but okay. And yes, I'm abandoning my principles and doing stickers today. Yes, we AFalls definitely have to buy our own Christmas presents, and that's fine. My birthday present will hopefully be the Venator. We'll have to see how fast I can save up for that. But all right, some good build techniques there. You got these things on the bottom there, the roof tiles to go in between where the hinge plates are. Kind of slots in there nicely, so it makes a nice little seamless. I think Darth Designer would be proud of that kind of closed seam look. Tell you what, I should not have worn a sweatshirt again. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself. I'd take it off, but that's all I have on is a sweatshirt. I'd have to go change. Yeah, and getting to the post office, I don't even want to go to the post office. There's a couple of things I need from the grocery store, and I'm like, hun, we're gonna wait till Tuesday. We're gonna be fine. Like I'm out of eggnog, or I'm gonna be out of eggnog, but I'm like, I think I'll hold off. So this whole, that's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm a fan of that. This whole thing, and it's not even really going on very well. Yeah, that's not going on very well at all. Okay, well. I'll show you what this is, but it's not. So this little bit that it's trying to get you to build, I'll show you. It says build this. Okay. Wait. It says build this. This bit. Okay. And then it is supposed to go in between here. So you can see snot bricks up here, snot brick, or that's what these are for. And I don't know why the brackets are next to it, but it's supposed to attach in there. The problem is when you push this in here, it doesn't line up quite right. It has to line up on the, not the in between tubes, but the little pips under the studs line up in the open studs there. And it's supposed to line up like this. But as soon as you push in, you can see what happens is that separates. And there's no really good leverage. The whole thing kind of pulls apart. I don't know whose idea this was, but it's not a good one. This is terrible. This is really, really bad. It doesn't go together at all. Well, let me go back through. I'm going to check previous steps to make sure I got the number of plates in there right. So right about here is when you start putting this in there. So there's a tan, a blue, and then a jumper. And then you put the bracket on the jumper. Yeah. And then on top of that goes a plate. So there's a white plate. And on top of that goes the scalloped arch things. Right there. And then the jumpers. And then 2 plates. Oh. There's another bracket in here somewhere. Yep, that's what it is. Okay, my fault. My fault entirely. I missed one little thing right there. Read the instructions, kids. That should be a lot better. Yeah, because now that has something to click against. So there you go. Much better. This thing comes off at the drop of a hat. So be careful with that. I kind of wish they don't do that, but I'm sure they'll close it up top here. Okay, that. Hopefully they'll close it up top. Ooh, the T6 shuttle. So enjoy building it. It had some fun techniques. The greebling was good. The things that make it sort of roundish are good. Um, I'm very much down on the fact that they don't finish out the other side of um, the wing, but that's just me. I do like that they're using a lot more of these ingots to kind of do like greebling a little differentiation, and instead of just doing tiles, they've just been ingoting the crap out of all the ships, and I'm here for it. Getting Hu Yang was kind of a bonus for that set, so that's cool. And again, most of it's pretty good, but having both of them, I gotta pay attention. I'm not paying attention at all. Slope. There we go. And there's room to improve on it. Like if you had a few more of those dark red wedge plates, it's super easy to like if you bricklink order or bricks and pieces order a little bit, you can get the goodness, this bag is taking 43 minutes. I know I talked a little at the beginning, but I feel like there were a lot of pieces in this bag. You could finish the underside no problem. I just don't understand why they didn't. It just seems kind of like I wonder if there's a conversation in which somebody goes, you know what, we need to cut the pieces by 10%, 20%. And someone goes, well, let's just take everything off that underside of the wing then. We need to cut the weight down, or we need to cut the piece count down for the cost. It needs to be in this price point. I don't know why they do that. It's a very cool way to make the side of a ship. So it curves in a little bit. So the Ghost, the Phantom 2, for those who don't know why it's called the Phantom 2, that's fair. Yeah, you get a Sabine, you get the Hu Yang, you get a Merrick. I wish Merrick would have been a longer running character. It just killed him off, but he seemed like he would have a good bit of backstory or something. But they're like, nope, just a green ghost in a suit of armor. There you go. Um, the Phantom 2 is here because the Phantom 1 was destroyed. Phantom 1 came with the Ghost, for lack of a better term. It was part of the Ghost originally, but they lost it. And I forget how it was lost or destroyed. A lot of Rebels is kind of fuzzy to me. But so they stole I think it's called a Scythipede shuttle, a CIS shuttle, an old CIS. The shuttle that's like, it's just kind of like a shell with like a big fin on the back, and then it has like the little legs that kind of come out from the underside and land. Um, I think Dooku used one. No, that was a different one. But you see them in the Clone Wars all the time. And so they stole one and converted it to be their new Phantom. So that's why it's called the Phantom 2. Nope. Do not want any. So is the chat and the screen okay? I know it's a new thing and we can configure it to do whatever. Is it all right for everybody? I'm trying to accommodate some people who view on a TV screen instead of a computer screen. So, because was a complaint I think some people had, was they weren't able to watch because of that. Oh, there's some solid math right there. That's some solid math. I'll show you here in a second. I always liked, and so having the ghost have like a little ship to go with it really fed into my um when I was a kid. That's what we did with Lego ships all the time. Was we built them so they were kind of modular Lego ships. Oh, that's terrible. It's gonna bother me. That's slightly better. We would build ships specifically to have like um parts that come off and little what little rovers and things like that, so that okay, just jumping over here. Okay, cool. You know, like the back would open up and it'd have this thing you could pull out and it'd be like a little radar station or a little storage unit or a little rover, like I said. Um, and so the fact that like the ghost had something like that, I always found quite pleasing. Classic Space used to do that a lot. Futron did it less so, but it still did it. Oh, that's off centered. Dang it. There's a lot of things so far in this build where if you don't hold it just right, it comes off in your hand. So be careful of that. Um, oh, cool. What am I putting in here? Blasters. Blaster and a binoculars. All right. So there's your Phantom 2 with a little cargo space in the back for a couple blasters. The cockpit opens and you can put a person in there. It has the controller kind of up top there. So there you go. Phantom 2. A lot of extra pieces on that first bag. That first bag taking entirely too long. So let's hope we get through. I wanted to get through 4 bags today, but it does not look like it. Again, I will be probably doing a stream during the week since I have the time off. And I'll be here by myself because Beth will be at work. Give me a sort of a reason to kind of come into this room instead of playing video games all day. So 10 a.m. I know like some people are going to be going back to work, but if you can watch during lunch, I'll probably finish this up on Tuesday and Wednesday. Let's say 11, and I'll go like 11 to 1. Or maybe I'll just stick to 10 a.m. Let's just do 10 a.m. That'll be 11 on the East Coast, and I'll go till like 1 on the East Coast. That should catch a few people at lunchtime. You'll be traveling? Where are you going? You going outside of PA? Or are you staying in the state? And then the rest of the week, I might do some designing on the rock breaker, or hear me out now. I might like build part of the the landscape that I need to do, or bricklink some parts. We'll have to see. Heading to Florida all next week. Finally, oh, Galaxy's Edge. Lucky. Yeah, that's something I've kind of wanted to do. I think maybe that is a trip in our future, but not next year. Next year, we're desperately going to be saving for the UK, and we just have not started yet. Beth's run into a few medical things, and our animals have run into a few things, and Christmas happened, and so starting first of the year is all going to be savings. Maybe canceling some subscriptions to shows and stuff, so we'll have to see what we can do. But yeah, you're going to build a lightsaber. You're going to try to bring home a hand grenade bottle of Coke or whatever it is. They have those little round Coke things. Thermal detonator shaped. Stories about that. People building that. I'm going to go change shirts real quick. This sweatshirt is really hot, so give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. That's so much better. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're at a weird stage in the weather here where it's like you don't want to turn the heater on because it gets too warm, but at the same time, if you turn the air conditioning on, you're instantly cold. So you just kind of have to turn everything off and like hope it kind of chills out a little bit, but the lights heat everything up. And like the bathroom, the master bedroom gets really cold. So it's just that time of year when it's all goofy. It's not fall, it's malaria. Hot and cold. I have a Coke and Sprite one. Got those in Disney Springs last year. Cool. Are they like, I know airlines were a little weird about you carrying those back on planes. Did they relax that? Do you drink it and then just keep the bottle? Can't imagine you could fly with a pressurized soda or something, but I don't know. What else is going on? Oh, you drive down. Okay. That's a drive. Pittsburgh or PA area to Florida. What is that? Like, I can't imagine that's less than 15 hours drive. Something like that. I'm just trying to think from here to Kentucky is 13. From here to Denver is 16. Oh, so you stop off. Okay. I was going to say, do you stop off and spend the night somewhere? Because we haven't done that. I've driven to Denver before, 16 hours straight through. I've driven with Beth. I've driven to Denver quite a few times, honestly, by myself. And I might be starting to do that again. My mom's health is not great, so maybe looking to get up there more often. Um, but going to Beth's parents, they're in East or Western Kentucky, and we don't fly, we drive. But I think we might be flying from now on because the drive is a little much. Um, what did I miss? Yep, sure did. Times 3. Well, I didn't notice that was going to happen. The only time we even stopped really was that we were coming back from Kentucky one time in the summer. We'd gone out to see her family and go see Mammoth Cave when the kids were out of school. And I don't necessarily not like this, but I'm not in the mood for it. I'm going to skip this. See if I can turn it up just a little bit. So you guys can hear it too a little bit. All right, starting off strong. Don't let me down with the dubstep. Driving back in the summer, the AC in Beth's car went out, and we're driving through Texas in the summer in the middle of the day. It was either that, like we left as early as we could, but I mean, it's noon by the time you get from Eastern or Western Kentucky to Texas, and then you still got another 6 hours to drive through Texas. All right, I can kind of do this. What's up, Missy? Happy Christmas Eve. So we stopped in Texarkana and went and saw a movie for a couple hours to get out of the heat. That's just, other than stopping for gas and stuff, we almost never stop for anything. And we saw the Minions, and we just stopped, and I was like, I just need air conditioning for a couple hours, and ended up kind of liking the movie. It was kind of nice. Just woke up. Isn't that glorious? I wish I could do that. Beth is still asleep, actually. Or she just woke up. I've been up since... Well, I kind of slept in. It was about 7:30. That's sleeping in for me. Bow, bow, bow. Yeah, it's nice. Ooh, times 8. So what are our happy holidays? Santa just broke into my house because it's 25th. Merry Christmas, Mayo. It is officially Christmas for y'all, isn't it? Well, yeah, you guys, okay. I don't know. It's summer. Christmas in summer for you guys. I guess December 25th is December 25th everywhere. Happy December 25th. The dog woke you up. Like, is that abnormal for your dog? Was the dog sick? Was the dog scared? Mayo is in the future. Mayo, I'm going to need you to tell me some lottery numbers. And who wins the Super Bowl? So have we talked about the grossness that is the X-Men 97 jet? I think we did on our donation stream. It is nasty. It's a fine build. Like, I don't have a problem with the actual build itself. It looks fine. It looks like any other kind of Marvel-y kind of ship that they do. The fact that it's $85 for 350 pieces is criminal. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, I get paying for a license and I get paying for figures and maybe specialized molded pieces or something, but $85? No, thank you. Like, that thing would have to be discounted to about $30 before I bought it. So do you guys like wake up Christmas morning or on Christmas Eve, have a nice dinner, open presents, and then go play volleyball? Stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, we still have Christmas, but it's summer activities. We set up Christmas lights on the, I don't know what trees you have out there. But it was raining, so she wanted to go potty, but won't put up in, yeah. Same. Our dogs were like, hey, it's raining outside. I'm not going outside. I'm like, it's the only time you guys have to pee, so you better get to it. Yeah, it's the Rogue figure. You know everybody's going to want to get the Rogue figure, and I get it, but I'm not buying that set until it's... I would even go as low as $45 because I understand paying for the figure and the licensing fee. I get it, but not anything above $45. That's already way too much for that set. I mean, didn't we get a Cad Bane figure only in the Justifier? And that's why that was so expensive? Because they're like, this is the only time we're going to do Cad Bane. They know, man. They know we'll pay for it, but not me. I feel good knowing that I generally don't buy Marvel stuff anyway, so I'm not really missing out on anything by not getting this. It's not like my Star Wars completionist. Oh goodness, did I put that on the right spot place? All right, so their flipping over is literally, it's so weird. It's not the same as mine. Yeah. Well, now that makes me wonder. Agreed. Agreed. It also makes me wonder if that Rogue figure is going to come out in something else later in the year, and or later, maybe not in the year, but probably next year, and then meanwhile everybody's like, I overpaid for this set, and that set's going to be flooded in the market, and then no one's going to want it on the secondary market. So I don't know, man. It's kind of frustrating. That's 4. Yes, 4. It is a good figure. It goes really well in my Justifier Microfighter. Our Christmas looks like how Americans eat Thanksgiving dinner. Our backyard football. There's a pile of dirt in our backyard. I just want to level off and use for a turf cricket pitch. Cricket is something I have no idea anything about. There's a YouTube channel called John Boy Media, and he'll do an occasional thing like "This is what you missed" kind of thing, and I'll watch it, and it's always cricket. I can't tell what's going on in these instructions. Like that. Getting away with a lot of pin in open stud action here. You follow John Boy? So there was one the other day where this guy, they came, and the scoring is so weird. It's like hundreds of points. They came from behind. This one guy just kept batting and kept batting and kept batting. And he made up like 100 and something points. And I'm like, what is even happening? Like, I don't understand. Same reason I'm sure rugby people and cricket people may not understand hockey or American football or baseball. That's fine. Everybody's got their sport. But it does, like, watching his channel does introduce me to a couple new sports, so that's kind of fun. All right. Well, I definitely... Yeah. Thank you for pointing that out, because otherwise I would have missed that. Which format? T20, ODI, or test match? Oh, you guys are talking about rugby. Cool. Bag 3. All right. Well, we're catching up a little bit. Might be able to get to bag 4 today. That was a pretty quick bag because it had a lot of big Technic pieces in it. Not a lot of little pieces. I think it's probably format, rule format. Exsidious Montessori, hello. Oh, don't worry about being late. We're on for another hour. Thank you for being here. Merry Christmas Eve, if you celebrate. Or as in Mayo's case, Merry Christmas, if you're on the other side of the planet. If you are anywhere east of the current international date line by a couple hours, it's Christmas. So Merry Christmas. All right, this jazz is a little weird. A little much for me. Kind of discordant. I'm really upset Pretzel doesn't have sort of like a holiday. Nope, don't want country. That's fine. We'll just do that. Yeah, thanks for being here. I hope your weekend's going well. I hope your week's going well. I hope your holiday's going well. I hope Santa brings you lots of fun stuff. We are working on the Ghost and Phantom 2, which is already done. And we got one figure. Kind of weird that we don't have more figures by now, but we've done 3 bags. We're on bag 3 right now. So, Exsidious Montessori, what is your what brings you by? What's your Lego theme of choice? What do you got planned for the holidays? This is very much how I would build a ship. Big old Technic square in the middle, and then just start throwing plates and bricks on it. So I feel a little at home right now. I think after this, I'm probably going to go play some Diablo. And then maybe... Oh, did I do all those upside down? I didn't think I did. I did. People complain baseball is too long, 2.5 hours. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, this game's gone on for 3 days. I've been trying not to watch football again. I just think, I don't know what it is. Like the NFL, I feel like just doesn't take care of its people really great. They constantly have in the past have defended terrible people, and I know they're changing, but I still haven't been able to kind of get behind it lately. But I still watch clips of stuff, and I still watch highlights, college football. Not a big Lego person. My husband is Vab. Oh, hey! I'd love to get him a Lego set. Well, welcome. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, good luck getting him a Lego set. Get him, I don't know what he has or, you know, but that's very sweet. I mean, I would encourage you to get him one of the space sets if he doesn't already have it. Or take him to the Lego store and say, I will buy you, see, what is it usually? Say, I will buy you $120 worth of pick-a-brick cups, which would be about 8 cups worth, and he can get parts for whatever he needs. Or maybe he's already asked for a set, and you're just waiting to get it. Multigasm Geek, welcome. Good morning to you. Happy Christmas Eve to you. Yes, the botanicals are fantastic. I've built all of them. I wouldn't say all of them. There's some of the smaller ones I didn't get to. I just did the smaller tulips and lotus flowers, and they're fun. You know, they're a 15-minute build. So that's something you guys could do together. The Saturn a few Christmas ago, I started his space Lego space thing. So you're to blame, huh? Multigasm Geek, welcome to the stream. What are your plans for Christmas if you celebrate? Do you have any Lego plans? Do you have any just regular family plans going on? It's good to see you. We're working on the ghost. Yeah. Again, not going to get through it today, but I'm going to try to do some streams this week. So if anybody is watching during the week, if you got time at work or whatever, I am going to kind of do some midweek stuff because I'm off and I don't have anything else to do. And if I get in here and do something Lego related, I'll be kind of in a place where I could like do other Lego things while I'm already in here. So I'm trying to set myself up for success. But I'm hoping you have a good holiday. Family food and Lego building. I am off Monday. Nice. I am off Monday through next. I've been on. So we got off half day ish on Friday. I thought we were all going to get half day, but nobody actually said anything. But nobody was really working. Like you can tell, the help desk tickets were kind of dropping off, and everybody's out of office was already set, and so I was like, all right, well, I guess we're done. And so and then we've got all this week off. Like our company is closed until Monday, the 1st, and then we come back the 2nd. So that's, I'm like, really? That's going to be so much Lego sorting time. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. Fancy meeting you here. Yeah, huh? You guys know each other, right? Well, I appreciate you all being here. Makes the stream go a lot faster if there's people to talk to. It's a lot more inviting and fun. So, and again, on behalf of myself and Vab and Johnny, to those who joined us last Thursday and contributed to the fundraiser, really appreciate it. Couldn't have done it without y'all. Did that one also have one of these on it? Yep. It's going to end up biting me in the butt here. It's a little loud. You've been having issues rendering your last video, or next video, since yesterday. It's finally correct. Cool. Well, good luck with your video. Everybody make sure to check out Mayo's channel and subscribe so you can see his video when it posts. Yeah, it's going to be nice having a lot of time off, but I know that, like, I've got things to do. I've got a backyard to clean up because we've got people coming over for our yearly, I say our, it's mine. Beth doesn't care. I mean, she does, but she's like, don't make me be involved in that. I don't know why I did that. She has fun. Our yearly Lord of the Rings party and feast, which has been put off for the last few years due to COVID. And so this year we're doing it instead of October when it's generally pretty hot and we get a ton of people in the house and it's unbearable. We're going to do it in January, closer to Tolkien's birthday is like January 3rd or 4th or something like that. So we're gonna do January 6th. Take back the night. And it'll hopefully be cooler. But that also means I have to make sure the house is clean and the backyard's all cleaned up, and I got to have stuff set up. So when people come over, there's plenty of screens to watch, and we got food going. And when I monetize in November of 2025, I'll do a fundraiser for Movember charity, growing my mustache until then. Cool. So it's going to take you 2 years to grow a mustache? Is that what I'm hearing? I did Movember 1 year, and my children told me never, ever do it again. My mustache doesn't grow in real great. This chin thing is about all I can grow in that's got any sort of like clustering, any sort of follicle depth. Everything else is kind of mangy and patchy, and my mustache kind of sticks out a little bit. It doesn't like nicely grow down, so I end up like tickling my nose a lot. I'm just like, nope. It aggravates my nostrils, so probably don't do it too often. I can do some stubble, but that's about it. Yeah, you got a nice lush beard. Bit jealous of the beard. It is a wonderful. So does Vab, right? Vab's got a nice, at least goatee thing going on. One time I grew out the not the Van Dyke, the D'Artagnan, which is just this piece but really long, and then a mustache. And I had a lot of fun with that, but everyone else is like, don't ever do that again. I'm like, what? Come on, that was super fun. Just now, he just like since Thursday shaved it all off. Huh, that's crazy. So this is aligned pretty well with the lights in an actual air. It's a terrestrial lighting, which lines up right. Right? Is that right? Red is the same color as port wine, so port and starboard. That's how I remember it. I thought it was red right, and then I realized I got those wrong. Somebody's like, no, port. Red is like port wine, so it's port. And I'm like, okay, cool. Oh, nice. Yeah, I saw him Thursday, or we all saw him Thursday. So I'm just wondering if it was since then. Yay, Mayo's my hype man. I haven't done anything on Instagram in a while. Just stories from the advent calendar. I generally don't take pictures of the things that I build that are sets, but I also haven't done any mock building lately, and I haven't done a whole lot of designing where it's done. So I really need to get back into that. Is that right? Yeah, it does hang over. Okay, cool. Just making sure. So tomorrow morning I'll be watching Peanuts, drinking a glass of eggnog, if there's enough left. And we're going to open presents. And then later in the day, we're going to go see... Is it Pretty Things? Pretty Little Things? Um... Poor Things. Poor Things. We're going to see Poor Things and then go get Brazilian Steakhouse. This morning I'll be watching NFL with and building the Viking Village. Nice. Okay, now here we go again with the way they flip stuff. These times 4. I always like these pieces. I don't think these pieces get enough love. One of the very few kind of cool underside pieces that isn't just a flat slope. It is a curved slope. But I still like it. Brett's Builds, good morning. How are you? Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas Eve to you. I hope you're doing well. Working on the ghost today and probably the rest of the week. Times 4. We need all the inverted pieces. I'm so tired of Lego ignoring. I wish there was a way to tell, like, I get all these surveys from Lego during the year, and it's like, what can we do? And I'm like, more inverted pieces. Start building the bottoms of your things more. Why are you ignoring? Why is everything so flat? And I have a feeling I know why. Because they want you to be able to build on a table. So if this was all greebled and stuff, you wouldn't be able to push down on stuff. I get it. It's easier for little kids to like push down on a table when they're building. Fair enough. Nonsense extra pieces out of the way here. Yeah, agreed. We're actually doing our monthly build for March is going to be myths and legends. Crinkly bag here for a second. Sorry. I'm actually surprised given how little Lego would have to spend on myths, Greek, Roman, anything like that, especially Greek. There's just so many that you could do. That they don't do more of that. It just seems like a no-brainer, right? Bunch of cool minifigs. You can build a bunch of ruins. I thought that when they did the pyramid, they'd be doing sort of like a fun kind of wonders of the world type of thing, but that went nowhere. Mm-hmm. I agree, Johnny. They had stuff underneath. Don't know why they didn't do more. So if we rip through this bag, I'll start on bag 5. Because this doesn't look like a lot of pieces, honestly. But hello to building the underside of things for a hot second. So yeah, our Lego store is going to start letting us put in a model in their store in one of the display windows, and it's something some Lego stores and lugs already do. We did it for a little bit, and then at some point, the store management corporate office was like, "We're not going to do that anymore," so they stopped. And it's kind of a bummer. They wanted more control over their windows. They had more to put in the windows and didn't want to have space dedicated to the lugs. But at the same time, I think after years of AFOL focused stuff in the world, they went, yeah, you know what? We should probably do that. We don't want to have to deal with AFOLs all that much. But in the meantime, here's Optimus Prime and Voltron and the Nintendo Entertainment System. It's kind of like, well, do you or don't you? So I think the change has been now that they're wanting more of that in there. So come March, our lug's going to be doing myths and legends and hopefully have something displayed in the store. So, but yeah, I agree. I've always thought that they should do more of that. This is a great way to hide I've always liked these launchers, these spring launchers with the lasers. I think those are good because they're small. They kind of look like they'd go with a ship anyway. They're not these big clunky stud shooters. Or do you guys remember the TIE bomber that had that spring-loaded thing that was like the size of a minifig, and it had a big rubbery thing, and it could like knock down a Buick? Man, I don't know what they were thinking with that. But don't shoot it in your eye. It's like, then don't make it the size of a person. We got, as part of our bulk items for our lug, we got these in gold, the pearl gold ones. Actually, it's for the Mars base. We've got a bunch extra. So I think we're going to hand those out and be like, here, use these and make make columns for a Greek thing. So that was kind of the idea, is maybe we'll do that. There's another multi-level thing that has to go together. Getting sassy with the sub-assemblies. I couldn't do that one piece at a time. Yeah, giant shadow bomb. That thing was just weird. I still have a couple of them, and every time I look at it, I'm like, this is just weird. I don't know why it's so big. I think Beth is still in bed. I went in there and said, hey, I'm going to start my stream now, so enjoy sleeping in. She's like, oh, I will. She's in there with the dogs. The dogs are crashed out in there with her. I like the instructions. It's done. No, wait. Now it's done. Oh, sneeze coming. Oh, excuse me. Oh. So somebody post somewhere. They're like, at what age do men adopt the scream sneeze? And I'm like, if I don't scream sneeze, my head will explode. I don't know how this is going to work. It goes like this. Okay, so this is just sitting here right now. This doesn't attach to anything. So it's all tile, and there's nothing for it to... So the instruction is to just put it there. So I'm guessing this does something. What I'm guessing is going to happen is this is the turret, and this will turn the turret, I think, back and forth. So let's see what happens, because it's just sitting there right now. So what are y'all excited the most about so far in 2024 in terms of Lego? And why is it the ornithopter? No, I don't know. The roses look really cool. The ornithopter's just seems really cool. And I can't wait for it to come out. So that goes over the piece. So now I like how they're like, push it down here. This times 2. I can't wait for the movie itself. It's going to be amazing. I'm trying to get Beth excited about it. She hasn't seen the first one, and I'm trying to get her to watch the first one. But I also tried to get her to watch the original 84 Dune, the Lynch version. And she didn't fall asleep, but she absolutely hated it. She's like, I don't understand this. All right. We got time for bag 5. Let's roll into bag 5. We got plenty of time here. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Vabs person, Exsidious Montessori. For later discussion, I'm guessing that's your name because you teach at a Montessori. If so, that's very cool. My kids went to Montessori when they were little babies. Thanks for coming by. Merry Christmas to you and Vab. I hope you are doing well and that you have a good week and a holiday. And we'll talk to you soon. Looking forward to the medieval town square. Yes, I am as well. I think that'll go good with the blacksmith. I have a friend who bought a couple blacksmith sets so he could make kind of his own town square, and I think that's going to be exciting for him. I need to talk to him about that. The itchies, they're getting to me. So we've got Choppa. Choppa is an awesome droid because it's a slightly smaller droid body. So it doesn't have that bottom droid piece that's like the round Technic pin holder. It's just a 2x2 round brick with the Technic holes. But there's your chopper. Little war criminal. Not digging the woke agenda in the model What is the woke agenda in the model castle sets? What is the agenda that they're going for there? Maybe we could look it up. Yeah, so we got that. Like this French cafe music. Digging it. Bonjour, mademoiselle. Comment ça va? Just the regular women are stronger than the men crap? Why is that bad? Let's look it up. I'm curious now. Design. Let's look it up. It's the medieval. What is it? Modern castle sets. Oh, just like any of the new. Well, let's look up Lego.com and look up castle theme, not tiny plants. Let's see if we can see what's going on with this. Shop. Theme. It doesn't have castle. Medieval? No. Let's just do castle. Let's see what comes up. Just like the medieval blacksmith and stuff, or like the lion's castle. Is this one of them? Medieval castle. Okay. Okay. There's one. Is there another castle I should be looking at? Viking Village. That's not really medieval. That's Viking. Did I search for medieval? Or did I just search for castle? Eval. Lion's Knight, medieval castle, Viking Village. All right. Well, let's look at the figures on this. We have the figures. There's a dude with a beard. There's a chicken. There's a guy with a beard. Some of these I wish I could zoom in on a little bit. Dudes with beards. There's a lady. Okay, so 2 knights, guy and a lady. And the Callisto Workshop GWP. The Lion's Night Castle. Okay, so Lion's Night Castle. Lion's Night. I gotta spell that right. Lion's Night Castle. So, let's see. It's not really letting me focus on the figures too much. I can't tell if that's a knight or if that's a girl or a boy. They've got okay. Not a problem, my dude. All right, so let's get back to this. Callisto Workshop. I didn't get that. Was that a good set at least to build? Frames. I've never been a castle person. I liked the medieval. So my ex and I, it's been 10 years. This person I dated who's also into Lego, we got a few of the medieval sets, and I kind of wish I still had some of them. I don't know. I ended up with all the pieces for it, so I could go back and like rebuild them if I wanted to. But other than like just a couple of those, I never really got into like the old castle stuff. But anything that was like the medieval village stuff from like 2010 ish, 2011, I think. Got a couple of those. And they were fun. Like I had no problem with them. I think you have to kind of pick with Lego whether you want to focus on, you know, a certain theme or not. And at the time, mine was all space and Star Wars. And I think we were also looking at some Lord of the Rings stuff because that's when Lord of the Rings stuff was out. So you kind of had to pick because not everybody can spend every dollar amount they have on Lego all the time. There was a guy on Blue Sky that was Boone Langston. You guys all know who Boone Langston is, and I think he said something like, "What is your wish? What do you want?" He said he had a post that just says, "What do you want?" And I'm like, in general, world peace or all the Lego, but I would also, if we're talking more immediate, maybe just a good bagel and lox. I've always said that if I was independently wealthy, it would be all Lego all the time. But not only just collecting and hoarding and stuff, but also like independently wealthy, giving me time to design more and build more. This is getting to the point where if I'm pressing on one side, keep this in mind. This is now your footprint. These landing struts. So if you're pressing down on one side, it's gonna tump over. So you got to hold on to stuff while you're building, just so you knows. And here we are with attaching lift arms in between to keep things solid, which I am a fan of. I think this technique in brick built sets is very, very good. Man, it's still hot up here. Still sweating. It's making my hands stick to the pieces. Get moist hand. Very happy with the Avs last night. They beat the Coyotes, which they should, 4-1. Um, was really hoping for the shutout. They gave away a dumb penalty. Not that the ref's call was bad, but the guy who made the penalty was a dumb. He should have taken that penalty. Wasn't thinking. In the last like minute and a half, and then they scored. So it was kind of like, well, there goes a shutout. Good job, dude. But it was good. They looked really good the rest of the time. Um, Everybody looked solid, so it's good to see them in good form. We're getting a couple guys back, a couple guys coming back from injured reserve or from injuries, are coming back, and that'll only help. One of the defensemen, one of my favorites, Sammy Girard's coming back. Yeah, Phantom 2. Phantom 2, as we discussed, is a converted Scythipede shuttle. So it's not because the Phantom 1 was destroyed or lost somewhere. I forget what the story was behind it, but they converted a stolen CIS shuttle to the new Phantom. Is that how they want that? I can't. Oh, it's on there. Okay. There's a little wash basin for you. That's kind of cute. Forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say something, and then now it's gone. So there you go. Enjoy. Funky, funky, funky. This is a Melu fruit, I think. They're going for a Melu fruit here. Shoot. That was weird. You were talking sports for a second, hockey. Oh, the PHP professional PWHL is going to start in January, and I'm super excited about that. I know that a lot of people are down on the so this is a Melu fruit. They talk about this in Rebels a lot, so that's a good little Easter egg. The PWHL starts January. There's 6 teams: Boston, Minnesota. I'm gonna forget them all now. Toronto, Chicago. It's almost like the original 6. Now I forget what the other ones are. New York? I have to look it up. Anyway, there's only 6. None of them are in the East Coast or West Coast. None of them are Texas. I think only one of them's Canada. But so I'm rooting for Boston because I like the city of Boston. So I'm just going to be like, all right, rooting for Boston. And I know they got a little crap because people don't feel their management's doing well. And they mishandled like the launch of the league and everything, and it's like people are so down on like every little thing. I don't know. I think it's a big step, and I can't wait to be able to hopefully be able to watch some of it. That's going to be the thing is I don't know how much we're going to be able to watch because I'm sure no television contract is ready to handle women's hockey, so they'll probably have it available on a YouTube channel somewhere or a pirated local stream. But I, for one, am looking forward to it, and I hope to get a jersey soon. I got me a U.S. women's team jersey from the ladies. Excited about that for Christmas. And then they all know how to do heat pressing, so I'm going to get my Rose Lavelle name on the back. She's the GOAT. And then I also want to still hunting for a Katie McCabe jersey from Ireland, but they are expensive. They're like $100, and you can only get them at like the UK stores. So, what are you gonna do? This has been Sports Talk. But yeah, I'm excited to have a U.S. women's jersey now. Men's team, I think, is doing pretty well. I haven't heard, but this is going to be the cockpit for the gunnery in the back. Little controls. It's pretty cool. Um, is this year? I have to look, but I think this year is going to be the men's World Cup. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to KMF KBEN, your home of Lego and sports. I used to work with a guy who was a his full time job was working with me. He was when I was doing um, working at a day trading firm and doing the news announcing for it. I took some tests. That's Mayo's angle. um, I had to take some tests to be able to be part of the management team. Like, in order to be behind the desk, I had to be licensed. So they're like, well, we have to get you your Series 7 and your Series 63 and all this. And I failed them miserably, despite having studied harder than I ever have for anything in my whole life, including everything in college. I still didn't pass any of the tests. It was terrible. Like, 75% is a passing grade on those tests, and I was getting like 35, 40%. And this is after taking the practice tests the whole time and everything. And I was just like, what am I doing wrong here? But 2x6 in orange, super cool. I'm very excited about knowing that that exists. So while I was doing that, I was turned into sort of like office support, backup IT support, and then somebody else came in for the news reading. I guess that fits. It seems like it slopes up a little bit. But he was this kind of smarmy, douchey sports guy. Like, it's so hard to describe. Like if you imagine like kind of a mealy mouthed sports announcer kind of thing, like just kind of the kind of guy who makes you want to take a shower after you're done talking to him. Fine guy. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. He was friendly and whatever, but the way he talked was just like, ew, you know. Anyway, he'd like one of his things where he'd stand up to go to the bathroom and go, "Banyo," and then just walk off. And I'm like, why? Why do you got to be like that, dude? I have no idea why I'm. Oh, because sports. Like, I can imagine him doing a John Boy Media kind of thing. Manchester United fan, so even have the Old Trafford Stadium set. And I don't like microscale. Yeah, I mean, I've got my my Q2 stadium here for our MLS team. I would have loved to have gotten one of the stadiums. I think there was a couple on that MacBid site for a while. They were pretty cheap. People are like, "What?" And it's funny because I will talk to people in the supporter group, and they're like, "Lego made stadiums." It's like, yes, yes, they did. They made three. It's not like they just made one. They made three. I'm just filling in for Butt Chop with digs against sports. That's all sports guys, right? Yeah, sports ball. That's the fun part about like dancing in between the two worlds of, or dancing between like kind of a nerdy thing like Lego and Star Wars and video games, and then also being like, oh, and then we're gonna go afterwards. We're going over to the stadium for the soccer game, and people are like, what? Like, I can do both. I wasn't raised on sports, but I mean, like I played soccer when I was a kid, and we would go to Broncos games, and we'd go to Air Force games. We'd go to DU hockey games. We'd go to Rapids games when they had when Colorado got the Rapids. I'd go to Zephyrs games before we got the Rockies. I liked going to the sports ball games, and I played some. It's just kind of like I wasn't really a sport person. Um, I was much more interested in Transformers and Star Trek and stuff like that. So it was hard to dance between the worlds. Yeah, what's going on with Butt Chop? I haven't seen him kind of hanging around with anybody recently. Hoping he's okay. I think we're about ready to get a couple stickers on here. Nope, just oh come on, that's not gonna be the same thing over there. Yeah, just all right. So we're about ready to wrap up this bag, and we're getting to the top of the hour. So I will start saying thank you to everybody who was here. Zisu, thanks for being here. Mayo, thanks for being here. Johnny. Um, I was well rounded. Did sports, marching band. I was a complete nerd. Yeah, I mean, I was in choir, theater, played soccer, tried out for football, tried out for place kicker and wide out in football. Um, but I had to pick in between soccer and football, so I picked soccer. I liked playing volleyball a lot. Um, we played sand volleyball up at the reservoir up in Boulder. Um, yeah, it was a good time. So yeah, but also into like Dungeons and Dragons and video games and stuff. So yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Swedish, I don't want to say Swedish Chef. Who was it? Yeah, Swedish Oak. Thanks for being here. I know Missy was on here earlier. She bounced. Um, I know Vab's person was in here. Exodus Montessori, Brett's Builds. Thanks for dropping by. I think that's it. Mariana's Bricks, Walter. Thanks for being here. Clever Pig, Greg. Some people who drop in early to say hello. Mayo, as always, thanks for being here. I will continue. Look at there's a lot of pieces in that one. A lot of one-off little onesies. So I will be picking back up probably Tuesday at 10 a.m. So if you want, it's not going to be a regular stream. Tuesday, 10 a.m. Hit the little bell here so you get notified when it comes back on. And yeah, that'll be it for the week. The advent calendar is done, so hopefully we'll get into more regular kind of mock building and designing. And I don't know when the next sets that I'll get are coming out, so it may be some boring Microfighter, Horizon Zero Dawn stuff for a while. But as always, Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays, however you celebrate. Be safe, be good. Enjoy your time off wherever you are. And maybe I'll see you during the week. If not, I'll see you in the new year. Take care, everybody.